We're all living a lie. America, our beloved country, is dying by the death of 1,000 cuts. Violence, corruption, illegal immigration, crooked politicians, out of control taxes. It must stop. American patriots, it's time to stand up and speak out. Together, we can restore its greatness. Choose a leader who loves our country. Unite, take action, and let's make America great again. Our home depends on it. This is more than a book. It's a call to arms.
Hello there, fellow Americans, young and old, Democrats, Republicans, Independents, Libertarians, all American patriots. This is a subject that affects every one of us. So let's get started with today's topic is going to be the peace between Ukraine and Russia and the rest of the world. And before I get going with that, I would like to say something about the Russian hoax, because there's something that just really bothered me, and I know it bothers a lot of Americans. So the hoax was about Democrats and Hillary Clinton accusing Trump of what the Hillary Clinton was doing. And they keep repeating it and repeating it and repeating it until, a lot of us believed it. But it was all a lie, and it was proven to be a lie that actually Hillary Clinton was guilty of what she was accusing Donald Trump. So the accusation was that Donald Trump is conspiring with the Russians to help him win the presidency, to all kinds of things. But the fact was proven, and I can prove it to you right here, right now, why that was not possible. First, Hillary was already in Putin's pocket. While she was she was a Secretary of State, she made a deal with Putin to sell 1/3 of the uranium from America to transfer to Soviet Union, to Russia. Okay, that's one. Then Hillary Clinton was wanted to dismantle, continue the Obama's legacy and dismantle all the armed forces and destroy them completely. Weaponize the DOJ, the NSA, the State Department, the FBI, the CIA, and all the rest of the departments. They were all already weaponized in many, many ways by Obama. But if she would have gotten in, it would have been the end of this United States of America as a free country. It would have been a tyranny. On the other hand, you had Trump. Trump was all for America, America first. He wanted the strongest armed forces ever. He wanted to have fair trade. He wanted to bring back the manufacture to the United States. Why would Putin want him? No, it was Hillary Clinton all along. They was wanted by Putin because he could handle Hillary Clinton. He can't handle Donald Trump. So this is just a couple of words about that, and something food for thought. Now, talking about making a deal between Ukraine and Russia, it's a very, very complicated deal. It's a very hard deal, because in this particular deal, you have to make sure that President Vladimir Putin, save face in all this. He invested a lot in this war, including over 100,000 Russian lives, a lot of the ammunition, and many billions of dollars in this war. So somehow we have to make sure that he walks away with a face safe. Ukraine, it's a little bit easier to deal with, and the deal has to be in such a way that everybody is happy. Everybody walks away happy. Another part of the deal has to be made in such a way that neither side can refuse it. So that means it has to be a really, really, really good deal. And who better to handle this than our President Donald Trump? He's a great dealer. He's known as the best dealer maker there is. and he will have to handle it with his people. So as far as Ukraine is concerned, I think it's a very easy deal to be made and make Zelensky very happy. Is basically to get all their territories back, including Crimea. So the border will be just the way it was before Crimea was taken by force by Russia. So that would be Zelensky's deal. And on top of that, the United States, the EU, and Russia itself, we're going to help all the people that left Ukraine because of the war to come back. So we'll have to make some kind of deal with them to help them get their way back into the Ukraine, and also help Ukraine rebuild their country from scratch, basically, because except Kiev and a couple other cities, everything was flattened by the Russians. So that would be the deal for Zelensky, and I think he'll be very, very happy, and Ukraine will be back on their feet and a peaceful country. As far as Russia is concerned, that's a totally different deal. Totally very different deal, because Russia is a very old country. It's been around for a long, long time. It's very complicated. It's very hard to deal with them. You never know what's come out next or what they're going to say next. So I think the best thing would be for President Donald Trump to have a meeting with him, with President Putin, at the White House or Mar-a-Lago or whatever he wants to have it. But he will have to really, just between two of them, explain to the Russians, to the Putin, that EU is not their enemy. EU will never, never attack Russia, will never interfere in Russian affairs, because never did and never will. Same thing for United States. United States no interest to attack Russia, or to what end? To gain what from what? No. Russia is a very stable country, is a very big country, but they also have to emphasize that Donald Trump has to emphasize to him that even though Russia is the biggest country in the world, covering 10 time zones and 17 million square kilometers, is not as clear cut as it seems. No, because the largest area in the Russian Federation is Siberia. Siberia is huge. Siberia covers 13 million square kilometers of this area of the Russian Federation. That's a huge area. If you take that away, there's only 4 million square kilometers left Russia, if you take Siberia out. And Siberia, the Russian wants Siberia because Siberia is very, very rich. It has lots of natural resources. It's amazing. So that's the reason it is part of the Russian Federation, because Russia exploits a lot of this stuff from the Siberia. But if Siberia walks away or revolts or something else, Russia is only 4 million kilometers and square kilometers, and will be as big as EU. EU is about 4 million square kilometers. So half the size of the United States. United States about 9 million square kilometers. So still a very formidable country, and very rich in natural resources, and great army, and so forth. But he has to understand that EU and United States are not the enemies. I said again, they are not the enemies. The enemies that Russia has is China. And if you don't realize it, then he's very naive. Because China is a huge country also, has about 9 million square kilometers, has 1.4 billion people, and right now a very industrial country. They produce probably 90% of the world manufacturing. It's insane. It's totally insane. And on top of everything else, China is a superpower, and nobody can deny that. They have the biggest army in the world today. So there'll be no contest between Chinese army and Russia. And China, believe me, they're aching to pick a fight with Russia, so they take over Siberia. There'll be no fight. They just take over Siberia. So it's very, very important that Donald Trump explains in so many words to President Putin to understand that. China they have to worry about every single night, because you never know when they just decide to invade Siberia. And there's nothing Russia can do about it. They have no armies in that area, they have nothing. So this is the important thing that Mr. President Donald Trump has to explain to President Putin. And then, once you understand that, the deal is as good as made. But now you think, how am I going to save face for Putin? Well, we'll see at the end of the deal. So part of the Russian deal will have to be, they have to stop fighting the war at the same time with Ukraine. They will have to agree, along with the EU and the United States, to help Ukraine rebuild their country, because they flattened most of the country. They flattened them. Kiev is up and a few other cities, but most of the country, probably 70–80%, is totally flattened. So they have to rebuild the whole thing from scratch. Then United States and the EU, we will help all the people that left Ukraine because of the war come back to Ukraine. So maybe we have to do the financing and help them fly back home and help them get their feet back on the ground and rebuild Ukraine. But probably over 2 million people left Ukraine. They're all young people. They have to come back. They have to come back and rebuild their country. That's point number 2 in Russia deal. Then, and this is a big then, and this is where we can help Putin save face. We have to offer them, the NATO has to offer Russia a membership into NATO. And yeah, you might think it's crazy, but it's not that crazy, because he would be no more enemy. He'll be friends with us. He'll be friends with NATO. And we'll have a great ally in North Asia. So yeah, there will be the deal for Russia. There is the deal for Russia, for Putin, and I think there will be a deal he cannot refuse. He cannot, it's just too good. So Ukraine will be happy, Russia will be happy, and EU, United States will be happy also, because with this kind of a deal made, will be guaranteed peace on earth for the next 50 to 100 years. So it will be a fantastic deal. And that's about it. That will be the art of the deal that Mr. President Donald Trump can do with President Putin. And with this, we end up the deal. And I thank you very much for watching the show, and look forward to it.
Thank you very much for watching. Hello. So again, thank you so much for watching. We are working, he is working very hard for all these videos, researching a lot. This really took a lot of thought. So please support us, support our channel, help us grow. Subscribe, like, comment, so that we can know how we can improve. What type of videos you guys want to hear. Maybe you want us to discuss different topics, some hot subjects. Also, please press the little bell button that will send you a notification every time we post. We will try every day. We might not be able to post, yes, sometimes we'll do every other day. We'll update you anyway. And we will try to post as regularly as possible and make the best quality videos. Also, if you want to buy the book, please check out the link down in the description below. That will take you to Amazon. And you can buy the book, whichever book you want. We have the Kindle version, the hardcover like this one, and the paperback. So please check it out and buy the book. It's a great book. All the videos we're making so far are chapters from the book. So from the book, this video as well. So we have a chapter in this book about Russia. So this book really talks about everything really important going on in the world today. And just please, it's a great read if you want to be enlightened and know more about the US and the solutions that to the problems that the US has. Please buy the book. Thank you so much for watching, and please come back for more.
Thank you. We'll see you next time.